Alright, Schlockmeisters fans, another review from my previous channel. Nightmare. Let's check it out. This is George Tatum, and this is him waking up from a nightmare. Actually, it's the nightmare itself. Because you see, he's really in a loony bin. This is apparently the first night down in Florida. A few minutes later, that babysitter is outside. Is that part of George's dream too? Or did something happen?
Okay, come on now.
They find nothing.
We can't find anything out here.
One of the kids at the house, CJ. Was he messing around? Looks like it. Then we're treated to a flashback, or is this a dream too? I guess we'll find out later. This was some woman, I believe, mounting George's daddy. Anyway, they think George is cured, so they let him go.
Prognosis. Tatum is our first major success.
Well, once he's out, the first thing he does is go to a peep show. Can't show you a whole lot of this. No, I'm not sure if this is a random call or not, but that's CJ. He's getting a call from George. From New York to Florida. So George decides to drive to Florida and kill anybody along the way that he wants, including this poor woman named Barbara. And when he's done killing her, he goes completely all crazy. He's all in because he's tasting her. Or what's left of her.
I'm sorry.
They're trying to find George now.
You lose a dangerously psychotic patient from a secret experimental drug program, and all you can say is, I'm sorry?
So George has clearly targeted this family, and there's CJ taking out the garbage. A few minutes later, he stumbles into the house in a bloody heap.
Just tell us what happened. What happened, CJ? How did you get like
Man, up by the street, he tried to kill me with a knife.
What?
But guess what? CJ's just fucking with them.
CJ, it's ketchup.
George is doing his part down in Florida. Dumping a body. CJ's back to his tricks again.
Take a look at that.
They took some pictures of the house, and did they find somebody peeking through the window?
Man's figure. What's going on?
Well, it's no joke. That actually was George who snuck in the house. We know that because he's still there, hiding in the closet with a knife. Anyway, they take the kids to the beach where CJ spots George. You know these two are going to meet at some point again.
Who is this?
George is having issues.
George, don't hang up.
A jogger stumbles into this little shack and becomes George's next victim. CJ and his friend stumble upon the body. CJ left though before they discover this. And look out behind you, kid.
Your name, CJ?
Mom, are you home? Stupid teacher sent me home. All of them think I killed Tony. Hello?
Leave this house. No. Why you can?
Peter, that's you.
I think this is the babysitter. And looks to be George wearing a mask and killing. With her boyfriend Joey dispatched, she's next. This is a pretty brutal scene, and CJ sees it all. He uses an axe to try to bust through the door there, and then CJ manages to get a hold of a gun and shoots several times. But of course, he's not quite dead yet. I guess that was a rock hammer, not an axe. Lucky Joey's got some more. I'm sorry, CJ has some more bullets. That bastard just won't stay down. CJ brings out the big guns this time. That's gotta do it. As George lay dying, we see the flashback again and the full scene of what happened when he was a child. He took her head plumb off. And then Georgie went to chopping. And finishing off with his father. Good Lord. Watch that head on the floor. You see the contrast between young George and young CJ, and I guess CJ's gonna grow up to be the next George. All right, let's talk about Nightmare. I have the DVD here, the 35th anniversary edition, put out by Code Red. This was actually sent to me by one of my viewers. They sent this in the mail to me, which I was very happy about, because not only had I not seen this uncut, but I needed the movie. I had a VHS tape under the title Blood Splash, which is the same movie, which I remember, I know I watched it, but I really didn't remember anything about it, so I didn't realize what it was or that it had this renown that this film does. But anyway, 1981, Nightmare, also known as Nightmare on a Damaged Brain. I believe this is one of those video nasties in the UK at the time, and I understand why. It's a gory, grimy, dirty film. Great atmosphere in this whole film. You just feel just kind of like I said, just wet and dirty after watching this thing. So what we have here is this guy named George Tatum, who, as a child, we kind of see this played out through the film there. He was like walking upstairs when he was like, I don't know, 10 years old or something like that, and he saw this woman mounting, I guess, his dad. And, or was it the mom mounting somebody else? I don't know. I think it was the dad. Anyway, freaked him out. And he went and got an axe and killed them both, chopped off her head while she was on top of Dad. And then he took the knife, or Dad was like tied up to the bed. It was some sort of S&M thing they were doing. And then he put the axe in his fucking forehead. And there was a lot of blood in this. And then, so that obviously messed him up for life. He's been in a mental institution ever since. The doctors there have been trying to find some sort of drugs and everything to make him, you know, quote unquote normal so he can function in society. Well, they pat themselves on the back because they believe they finally got his medication right. They think he's okay, and they send him out in the real world. Anyway, he goes to a strip club because naturally that's the first thing you would do. He sees some naked ladies there, and that triggers whatever bad memories he has, and then he's basically nuts again, and he decides he just needs to kill people. So he travels from New York all the way down to Florida. I don't quite understand why the trek did. Did I miss a reason why he went down to Let's see. He travels to Florida to terrorize an unsuspecting family. Okay, yeah, I guess there was no rhyme or reason to it. He goes down there and he kills a few people. Looks like he's going to kill kids, blah, blah, blah. Ultimately, after a bunch of gore scenes, he's in this house, and this little kid, I think his name was CJ, shoots him through the door, and then he basically dies. So CJ is kind of like taken away near the end of this movie. He's like in the police car, and they zoom in on him, and he's got like blood on him and shit, and he just looks at the camera, and then he smiles and winks at the camera as if like he's going to be the next George Tatum. I don't know. I guess the cycle continues. George killed some people as a kid, bloody mess, and then CJ killed George, bloody mess. Who knows what the hell CJ is going to do in the future? Nightmare 2? I don't know. Anyway, this movie has some renown now because Tom Savini apparently denies working on this film. However, he was apparently there at least for one day on set because there's a photo of him there helping out with one little scene or something like that. But who knows? There's all kinds of rumors about this. Apparently, he refuses to discuss the matter, and who the hell knows? I don't know anyway. But anyway, the gore in this movie is plentiful. There's a lot of it in here. A few nude scenes scattered about. Again, the overall feel I get this movie, it's just dirty. It's just dirty and grimy, and I love it. I love it in that regard. It's great. It's unsettling. This whole film is unsettling. It makes you feel uncomfortable. But, you know, as I tell people, if that's what the movie's doing to you, it's doing it right. It's doing its job. This movie makes you feel uncomfortable, and well done. So anyway, that is Nightmare. Again, I have this DVD here. It's from Code Red. It's been released on Blu-ray since then, which is probably also Code Red. I'm not sure, but I'll leave a link to one of those down below if you're looking for it. You should definitely check it out. One of 1981's better, dirtier, fun little grimy movies. Check it out. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think about Nightmare on a Damaged Brain, otherwise known as Nightmare and Blood Splash. Watch it. Bye.